Donald Trump, the guy who bragged about bringing you the COVID-19 vaccination at record speed. Well, he's now going to ban that vaccination at record speed. Put it up full mass. This is an unbelievable story. RFK and Donald Trump are planning to ban COVID-19 vaccines. Trump and RFK plan to roll back the COVID-19 vaccine within the next few months, despite calling it a, quote, monumental achievement. Trump, with the help of RFK, plans to ban the COVID-19 vaccine nationally in the coming months. This is a change, ladies and gentlemen, from Trump's rhetoric during Operation Warp Speed that he created when he commended those involved in the vaccine's development. I mean, damn, Trump. This Epstein thing is a big hitter, obviously. I mean, he's doing everything he can to pivot back to the extreme MAGA right. All right, so the potential, let me get into the background. The potential of the phasing out of COVID-19 vaccine is coming in the next few months. That's according to a British cardiologist named Dr. Asim Malhotra. Vaccine skeptic and Kennedy associate told the Daily Beast, adding that Kennedy's stance is shared by, quote, influential members of Trump's family. Well, there you have it. I mean, as long as influential members of Donald Trump's family say so, obviously this is gospel. The doctor, a leading advisor to the lobby group Make America Healthy Again, they just made that up, by the way. MAHA Action said that many of those closest to Kennedy have told him they, quote, cannot understand why the vaccine continues to be prescribed. The decision to remove the vaccine from the market, quote, within months is expected despite the likelihood of causing, quote, fear of chaos and major legal ramifications, he added. So they obviously want people to die. That's what will happen. You'll get the numbers after the disaster of the rollout if it happens. Despite the White House denying his claims, the good doctor noted that the process may be quicker than is expected. Quote, it could happen in a number of stages, including learning more about the data, the doctor said, who is not part of the Trump administration and not part of HHS in any official capacity, said, quote, but given the increased talk of vaccine injuries in the past few weeks among the administration, it could also come in one clean decision. Well, sir, how do you know so much? And you're not a member of the administration. You're not connected officially in any capacity to HHS. How do you have this insight? So the good doctor here backed up his allegations of COVID vaccine market removal by linking skeptics within Kennedy's circle who derive views to a 2022 research paper in the journal Vaccine, which examined secondary analysis. We're not talking about primary. We're not talking about direct interaction with people. Secondary analysis of, quote, serious adverse events reported in clinical trials of Pfizer and Moderna, mRNA, COVID-19 vaccines in adults, and said that those given the mRNA vaccines had a 16% higher risk of excess serious adverse events, end quote, than those in the placebo group. The study has been refuted by many within the scientific and medical communities due to its, secondary nature. Kennedy's views on vaccines have led to cause of his resignation, with a petition on change.org garnering over 45,000 signatures. That number should be higher, in all due respect. The language he employs is often coded. HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. on Next earlier this month regarding mRNA vaccines, quote, we reviewed the science, listened to the experts, and acted BARDA is terminating 22 mRNA vaccine development investments because the data shows, according to him, these vaccines fail to protect effectively against upper respiratory infections like COVID and flu. We're shifting that funding towards safer, broader vaccine platforms that remain effective even as viruses mutate. Now, the fundamental challenge you have with him being in charge is that he fundamentally does not understand science, nor does he care to. And that becomes his bias going into every meeting that he has. It also is worth noting that he is a surrogate of Donald Trump. Didn't used to be. I don't know what conversation they had over those Big Macs and French fries during that plane trip during the campaign. But whatever it was, it completely shifted, transformed, changed RFK. Today, he's a mouthpiece for Trump's implosion plan. Now, call it an implosion plan because what else can it be? You get rid of higher education. You attack accreditation standards. You attack colleges and universities. You attack government workers in every division, including intelligence, including education, and including logistics. You attack federal aviation. You attack all of it, and now you attack healthcare. People are underemployed, unemployed, making less than they did prior to your presidency. It can be nothing other than an implosion. It seems as if you're more concerned about the economy in Russia than you are concerned about the economy in America. The insane tariffs, embargoes, and everything else seek to do one thing: implode. But not on our watch. All right, dear brother, thoughts here.
I mean, I guess, none of the doctors and scientists for decades have gotten it right. And then along comes RFK, a man who has no background in medicine. All he got to do is wake up in the morning, read a couple of articles from Breitbart, and voila, we have everything we need. I mean, if we ban COVID-19 vaccines, then why stop there? Why not ban polio vaccines? Well, I mean, I don't know if people are even taking those these days, but if they're not, then that's why, because they work. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, the idea that all of a sudden this man comes along and swoops in and saves us from the ignorant doctors is just ridiculous. And it's dangerous that Donald Trump has filled his cabinet full of people who are just grossly unqualified. But RFK honestly might be the most unqualified person. But I don't know. Lisa McMahon also is not qualified to be the Secretary of Education. But I think that maybe it's not quite as stark because this is healthcare we're talking about.
Yeah,
Like
and I may feel more comfortable if RFK had not gone on record and said that he was on hardcore narcotics during his science classes.
and it made him study better. It's the only thing that got him to calm
Right.
down. Like he was just, he
said, but
tried
he was
everything else.
right.
He tried
was
the
better
Prozac.
drugs.
He tried the SSRIs and nothing was working until he rode in with them poppy seeds.
Yeah.
There we go. You feel me? So
Yeah.
but it's really
And
ridiculous.
listen, man, he may still,